What's up everyone, Savage Gamer here, and today we're reviewing The Walking Dead Retribution, Chapter 2 of Saints and Sinners. Now what's great is you can transfer your save from Chapter 1 over to Chapter 2 if you've already completed the first chapter, but you can also start new, and they are extremely generous with giving you plenty of supplies to get you started off fresh. The world here is essentially the same as Chapter 1's, but more time has passed and things are ramped up quite a bit in nearly every aspect.
Kept them bells ringing. The building even seems a few stories taller.
Now, Chapter 2 expects you to know what you're doing, but if you don't, there is a tutorial that you can check out. However, it is the exact same tutorial from Chapter 1's game. You will continue playing as the tourist. Your name is well known, and you have some known companions from Chapter 1, as well as some new characters that you'll meet along the way. Right away, I want to point out that the visual representation is vastly improved from the PSVR2 version, and the inclusion of thumbsticks and haptics really add to that next level of immersion. Unfortunately, the Quest 2 version didn't get any of these benefits and looks pretty fucking horrendous. And that sucks for them, but not for us, because fortunately, we all have a PSVR2, so our version kicks ass.
Where it seems like the only decisions worth a damn are the ones that save your own ass. Well,
along with new enemies and companions, you may have noticed my intro where a chainsaw is introduced, which is just as fun as you can imagine it would be in VR. But there are several other new weapons and armor introduced, making Chapter 2 a superior zombie slaughtering survival experience overall. You'll start off in a hotel that you need to escape, as well as grab up whatever supplies that you can.
We gotta move. Grab your flashlight. On your chest. Let's go! Left hand!
The different locations they have created all just look fantastic and lived in, with that apocalyptic charm and high level of polish to really sell this world. They've also increased the amount of verticality options from the first titles, offering you plenty of areas and routes to take, with most climbing accessible areas marked in white. The zombie hordes seem a bit more aggressive and numerous in this chapter than the last as well. You'll encounter many new faces, and you can either play nice or shoot everyone right in their fucking face if you choose to do so. However, that will most likely limit your story missions, so I wouldn't suggest that, but I do appreciate the fact that I can, if I wanted to. The world building presents itself so much better than the first titles, which also did a phenomenal job at that. But there's just more detail found throughout that you'll really take notice of through the entirety of your gameplay. And as with Chapter 1, you'll still be traveling by way of raft in Chapter 2. And again, your main sanctuary is the abandoned school bus again, but with some new additions. You'll now have access to 2 brand new workbenches for crafting and upgrades, where you can obtain armor and new weapons like that awesome chainsaw I showed you in the beginning, as well as new abilities and so forth. Another addition that's new here is your flashlight, which now has a UV light, which will help you to see things at night that you normally couldn't, such as clues and pickups that you'll need for phosphorus. Things like dead rats, bugs, shrooms, bird skulls, and mold. Having that UV light was a brilliant ability to make Chapter 2 stand out a bit more than it would have without it. Now, I'll give you a tip. Upgrade this gear station as soon as possible to unlock the Deep Pockets upgrade. This will allow you to carry more items. So do not wait on this upgrade, as it immediately pays off having the extra space to acquire more loot. And you also have a new catacomb behind the school bus to call your home, where you can store your items and just have more room to yourself, which is great. The combat in Chapter 2 is basically the same, but it definitely feels better, perhaps due to the haptics or the DualSense VR controllers. But I found myself feeling far more immersed in combat than I did on PSVR1 using the moves.
About you.
And you'll meet several new people. Even a pawn shop will become available to you. But you'll also meet new enemies, and not all are zombies, like this guy here.
Is that right? What did you expect?
A human wrecking ball.
So you've heard a lot about me, but I don't know anything about you.
I persuaded the Pawn King to set this up. I suspected you wouldn't meet with me otherwise. You knew my wife, May, and I need to speak with you about her. Most people will lie when they find themselves cornered. My decision has been made. You will face retribution.
Now, I made sure to leave this in my review because I feel 99% of players probably attempted to just run away. The zombie horde seemed endless, but I stood my fucking ground and kicked some serious ass for it and didn't even get a trophy or new dialogue from it, which left me feeling a bit ripped off because that was one tough battle to fight. So I would suggest when you get to this part, just run, save your ammo, because you get nothing here for being a badass.
Guess I'll finish now.
And you'll also encounter a new fraction of military-like women who basically make you their go get this and go do that bitch. You can kill them if you want. I don't know what would happen if you do kill them, though. I didn't. I just submitted to their feminist domination over me, as a cis white male is expected to do in 2023, apparently.
In the meantime, keep yourself safe.
All in all, I have got to say Retribution has really impressed me. Its world is vast. The level of detail and polish is a huge step up from the previous title. I took notice of things like the lighting and fire effects, to the shadow inclusion, and the ability to select dialogue, or the freedom just to shoot everyone right in their fucking face, should I so choose to do so. The combat against the zombies felt more impactful, with a better arsenal of weapons than before. I enjoyed the gathering of supplies in order to craft new things, and I love the physics-based combat, damage, and gore that you can inflict onto the zombies. It all makes for a near-perfect title. However, you may have noticed I said near perfect, as it is not without its occasional flaws and bugs. The biggest, most persistent issue I've encountered is when using crouch. The entire world starts jumping all over the damn place, making it almost impossible to play, at least if I'm attempting to play stealthily, and that is an essential area of this game's core gameplay. If you aren't crouched, you aren't in stealth. I do hope they address this major bug with a patch. Also, I had some strange AI issues, like here. I wanted to throw this zombie off the bridge, but it suicided itself without me even touching it. So, as you can see, there are some areas that can use some attention and improvements here. But aside from that, I couldn't recommend this game more. It's just been a lot of fun playing it and being within its world, aside from a few bugs at least. So, with all that said, I'm going to be giving The Walking Dead Chapter 2 Retribution an 8.5 out of 10. It has a few bugs to work out, and it would be higher. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time, have fun, stay savage, keep gaming. I'm out, y'all. Peace.